this is Kamardi, and welcome to Modeling Mondays. So this is where I take 2D objects or 2D images and turn them into three-dimensional objects. So I think I'm going to be working with a theme for each month, and the theme for this month is famous objects from cartoons. So for example, that can be like the plank from Ed, Edd n Eddy, the Krabby Patty from SpongeBob. Well, that's food technically, but you know, as long as it's not a character, then I'll be modeling it. Well, you can have objects that you know you can classify as characters, but you get the idea, right? Would it be a sword, I don't know, a shield, whatever. Okay, so today I'll be starting out with the Hotline from the Powerpuff Girls series. Alright, so this will be where I start. The first thing that I like to do is create folders for everything that I know that I'll need. So references, textures, and a folder to house my blend file, because I'm using Blender to model. Okay, and so yeah, I like to set it up to stay organized from the initial stages. Now, right after that, the next thing that I like to do is search for my references. And you know, what better place to search for references other than Google? So that's where I like to start. And yeah, I'm going to search for Powerpuff Girls Hotline. And here we see a bunch of images. Now, I'm just going to search for some ones that I like. And I'm noticing that there are some differences between each of these, but I'm just going to save some out. I'm not seeing any that has a turnaround, although I probably should just search for Powerpuff Hotline turnaround, but I'm not going to do that. That's no big deal, because the aim of this is not to model exactly what is seen in the photo, because I'm going to make some creative choices if I'm inspired to do so, as long as the final result is still recognizable as whatever object it is that I'm modeling. After I've gathered my images, I'm going to go to Blender and I'm going to import those images into Blender, and I'm going to set them up. And I think I'm going to divide the screen here, so I have my references over to the left side, and I'll be modeling over to the right side. Immediately after I set up all this, I'm going to start modeling. However, I'm going to speed this up because, you know, modeling can get a bit boring, especially to those who are watching. So yeah, I'm just going to speed this up, and then I might chip in here and there to give some information about what I'm doing. So yeah, here goes. Right, so what I like to do is analyze whatever it is that I am creating. So based on what we see here, technically this is a box, and a box that is just shaped out into looking like this telephone that we see here, right? So I like to isolate each piece, break them down into simple shapes, and then go work my way up, adding details as I go. Now that's nothing new. I'm pretty sure other modelers do the same thing, you know, so it's not rocket science. But yeah, that's what I do. Start out simple and then work my way up, as you can see here. And to make this more interactive, I'm going to be posting a poll in the community tab each week so that you guys can vote for what I model. Now, I'm not saying that I'll follow that 100%. It's a guide so that you guys can, you know, get involved in what I am doing. But let's say I put out a list and you guys vote for, I don't know, for me to create an apple. Then I'm inspired to create maybe an orange. You know, I might end up creating the orange over the apple, but I'm not saying that the apple won't be created. It will be, maybe just at another time, or I'll create the whatever you guys vote for, and then the next week I'll create whatever I'm inspired to create, you know. But that may change. I may just stick to whatever it is that you guys vote for. So yeah, as long as it's in line with the theme, I'll try to create it. I'm also planning to do some Blender tutorials. I've been thinking about it, but there are quite a lot of Blender tutorials here on YouTube. So if I'm going to do this, then I don't know how I can differentiate myself from, those other Blender tutorials out there. But the reason why I'm doing it is because I'm doing Modeling Mondays again. So I think that it would just make more sense if I do some tutorials on Blender because of this very fact. Although you guys can technically go out there and search for whatever it is that you need. But I think I have some ideas, and I think it would be beneficial for me to do some tutorials. But I don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind. I don't know. But you guys can comment what you think, and yeah, we'll go from there. Now, when modeling objects that were initially made for 2D into three-dimensional objects, you might notice that you have to take some creative liberties here and there, right? Because initially, when the artist was creating their character or their object, they may not have had the idea that, oh, maybe I can convert this character into 3D at a later date. Okay, so what tends to happen is that you have to make some changes when you're modeling it. Okay, now we don't have any model sheets here, which would make my life far much easier, because when you have the model sheet, it shows you what each part of the object looks like in a 360 view. So it shows you what it looks like from the front, the back, the side, the top, etc. Right? Not like we need that here, because it's not like I'm doing this for work, right? We're just doing it for this video. But yeah, usually that's how you would set up your stuff. You would have the model sheet and you'll model based on that. And then you would try your best to model according to the model sheet. All right. But yeah, this is just me freestyling. No, I may change it to look similar, exactly like what we see in the references, or not, right? It depends on how I feel when I'm doing this. So yeah, that said, I'm not going to bore you any longer. Continue to enjoy the rest of the video.
The Almighty Man of God.
So we've come to the end, and this is the result. I originally added some borders, but I decided against it. Kind of like the way it looks without the borders. So yeah. Right, so this is the first of what I hope to be a series well, this technically it's not the first because I have done this before, but I haven't done it in a while, so let's just call it the first. This is the first in this series, and I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, I will see you on Wednesday in another video.